a big man with a big mouth. Once a Maori activist, now a suited politician. But joining the mainstream hasn't slowed him down. Be it flag, foreshore or foul language, he's in more trouble than ever. So what's the truth behind the walking headline? Paula Penfold's been alongside him, learning about his anger problem, about death threats and what he really thinks of Pākehā. Here she is with the one and only Hone Harawira.
Morning up. Here, boy. Where's the other bucket?
It's unlikely you'll find too many politicians out on the pig scrap run. But Hone Harawira likes to keep it simple when he can.
Watch out for Uncle Mangu. Watch out for Uncle Mangu.
Connecting with his constituents, mucking in. What he likes best is to be amongst his people. He even says he's not a New Zealander, he's a Maori.
Are you fellas off to Waitangi?
Does everything for you come down to race? Is race important in every discussion?
Not so much race, because people tend to say, see, he's a racist, but being Maori is important to me. I'm tangata whenua. I am of this land. There is no other land that I can call home except this place.
Unafraid of controversy, he's been called a bully and an egotist. You'd think he'd be perfectly at home in Parliament.
That's the happy one. That's the really happy bucket. That's the one that smells like the National Party.
How stifling is it for you in Wellington?
Hugely stifling for a person like me. And it makes one of the reasons why I struggle with the existence, because I'm used to being a free man, I'm used to speaking my mind.
Supposed to be the best protein.
Now,
The best type of pig.
the question is, which one is Phil Goff?
You're used to calling people snakes and maggots. So why be in
Who
Wellington?
did I call a maggot lately?
Phil Goff the other day.
Okay. We'll move on from that one.
So are you really cut out for it in Wellington? Why not go back up north?
Just between you and I get the feeling from a lot of New Zealanders I talk to, Pākehā ones and Maori ones, that they thank the Lord that at least one politician still talks like a human being. And that's me. So I don't really think it's just Maori say, where to go, brother, you the man. In fact, New Zealanders say, at least somebody's talking like a real human being.
A son of the North, Hone Harawira describes himself. He's not registered with one particular tribe because he descends from so many, including Pākehā, but that doesn't even rate a mention. Fit for his 55 years, he doesn't drink or smoke, and he works out every day. This morning it's waka ama with his grandson. There was a time when he used his physicality in his protests. He's faced charges several times and has a conviction for assault 30-odd years ago. Are you a different man now than you were then? You seemed pretty angry then. Are you still angry now?
Actually, the passion, and I'm surprised at it sometimes. I burn with the same passion, with the same anger often.
How does it manifest itself these days?
Just like that, deep breathing. You know what I mean?
So you do have the ability to control it?
Yes, I do. Most times these days I think I'm successful. Sometimes I slip up.
Well, there was that notorious slip-up which was made public last year.
Yeah.
The one of greatest note so far.
Which one's that one?
The white motherfucker
Oh, the email.
He doesn't much like to talk about it. The unauthorised side trip to Paris with his wife while on a taxpayer-funded conference in Brussels. When he was called to account, he fired off an expletive-laden email justifying his actions because of white people raping Maori lands and ripping off Maori for centuries. Buddy Makaere, for one, took offence at that.
And I responded.
In a way that you now regret?
In a way that I now regret. I've apologised for.
You have apologised for the language,
Absolutely.
but you haven't resiled from the sentiment behind it.
It's dead right. And I don't. Not to this day.
But how does that sentiment relate at all to the fact that somebody was trying to hold you accountable?
Let's not get too caught up in
Why
the
not?
ins and outs of that.
I think what some people still struggle with
There
is
was a perception that because of colonialism I can do anything I like and spend anything I like.
quite.
And if that was the perception, then I clearly got that wrong too in the way in which I worded my email, because I recognise my responsibilities.
That sounds like an acknowledgement now that you agree with what Buddy Makaire was saying.
Let there be no mistake. At no time do I agree with Buddy Makaire.
People were angry with his language, people were angry with the sentiment, people thought he hated Pākehā. Were you prepared for all of that?
Oh, I don't think anybody can ever be prepared for that kind of response.
Former director of the Waitangi Tribunal, Buddy Makaire.
But when you look at the language used, it's not surprising that that's what happened.
Do you think he does hate Pākehā?
Well, I'd probably question best put to him, but from the language that he uses, you could easily gain that impression.
What is your feeling about Pākehā?
I don't have problems with Pākehā. I've got a lot of Pākehā people that I know. I won't say I've got a lot of Pākehā friends. There's maybe one or two Pākehā people that I have a lot of time for. And
That's all, one or two?
yeah, pretty much. Out of maybe 10,